Happy New Year to everyone, and welcome to this online class of MACA 1200, which is a class on vector illustration or vector artwork. And it is with Adobe Illustrator, and I'm using the 2020 version. I want to walk you through very quickly how to access the class on the Macomb website and how to find all the files you need. And then this is like a simple information, hopefully to get you on the right track movie. So what I want to do is first show you, and I'm sending you an email that should have a link to this movie, and it'll have a link to a couple more movies that kind of introduce me. And it will also have this winter 2020 assignment sheet for the 16-week online class. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because it's a quick access. It shows you what all the weeks are from week 1, if you can see, all the way to week 16. Shows you the dates that the weeks have as their start and stop. Usually it's a Monday to a Sunday. And it shows you when the spring break is. It also shows you when the holiday recess is for later on in the semester. And I am also showing you, and I'm going to zoom in, that the very first assignment is actually a tool palette test. And I'll get into it. I'll show you where it is and what it looks like and how you study for it. And then the very first assignment is really Guide 2, and it's called the Path and Pen. And it's due at the end of week 2. However, there are 2 assignments. Not really that difficult, but one is the assignment where you draw the shapes. The second one is where you kind of have a little bit of fun understanding how to color the shapes. And in the ones that have 2 assignments, please make sure that you make a note of it somewhere, and I show it in so many different places. But for instance, in Guide 3, the music icons, you're going to draw the music icons over here that I developed. And it's going to give you practice as to then, as to then how you actually draw the ones that you develop. So this is a student's version of their second file. And they use any colors they want, any shapes they want. It doesn't have to be based on music. It could be based on many things. But let's get on with it, because I really explain this as I do the movies for each assignment. So I'm not going to get into that. I just wanted you to know that there are 2 assignments for Guide 2, 2 assignments for Guide 3, 2 assignments for Guide 4, which is the vintage logo assignment. Okay, you're going to do one that is similar to this, and then you can develop one which is your own, which you can actually develop your own logo for. Okay, then there's what I call a Zentangle. See that right over here? It says, and it's not moving, so I don't know why. There, see, it says Guide 5 Zentangle. And that begins in week 6, and it's due at the end of week 7. But there's 2 assignments. There's one that you created in black and white, and you learn all about compound paths, which clips things, okay? And then you learn how to use a very powerful tool that allows you to select certain objects and then color those objects, okay? And you can have fun. You don't have to use your initial. You can use any letter you want, and it can be for whatever you want. You don't have to do a B. In Guide 6, there's 1 assignment that's due. In week 7, in Guide 7, there's really 2 assignments. One you have to follow my lead on and create these 4 shapes. One you actually use, I've given you 4 different files for peppers, okay? And you can actually find your own if you want. But I actually demo this as a gradient mesh. That is a vector illustration gradient mesh. Okay, then kind of a really fun one, which is a vector poster. And I just did Star Wars. You can do anything you want. And in the movies, I show you many different kinds. Okay, so again, there's only one file for that. In one of the last assignments of the semester, the infographic, there's only one assignment that you need to turn in. Okay, and then I give you a not required extra credit assignment, which is to show some very cool techniques, especially for you illustrators and animators. It really lets you understand how complex yet simple Illustrator is and how much fun you can have with it. Okay, so I have this assignment sheet. I want you to utilize this assignment sheet all semester when you are asking yourself how many assignments are actually due for each assignment. Just, and I'll show you where this is in Canvas. So not only am I going to email this to you before the semester starts, but you can have access to it in a few different other places, and that applies to almost everything. So here is your first day handout. Okay, as I said, here is guide 2 all the way to guide 10. So let's go find in the first day handout the necessary elements, and this should be in your email too. So obviously this is a course with digital illustration using Adobe Illustrator. This is the link to the Adobe site so that you can get the Adobe Creative Suite, and you lease it. You lease it for a student price of, I believe, $19.99 a month. Okay? It shows you what my availability is, and I'm always online, even though it doesn't say Friday or Saturday or Sunday. I check all the time. Okay? There's a number here that I want you to call, and if you go on to the Macomb site, I'll show this to you again, and you can't log into your class, that's the number you call. So on Monday morning, when you can't log into your class, call that number, okay? And they will help you and guide you into how you can access that class, okay? So you've registered for it, and you want to get into it. So here are some special dates for the semester. Let me just zoom in. It's obviously the first day of class is Monday the 6th. Last day for refund, I show you what day that is. Martin Luther King Day, where there's no school. Spring break, all right, that extends from March 2nd to March 8th. The holiday recess, which is Friday, April 10th to the 12th. The last day to withdraw, Friday, April 3rd. And before you withdraw, because I work out deals with students sometimes who are behind on assignments, but don't withdraw from the class and waste the money. And I'll send out emails based on what I'm saying right now as the semester rolls on, but please try not to withdraw from the class unless you're really struggling, but let me know. And then the last day of the class and when semester ends. Okay, so that's all on the first page. I would appreciate it if you read most of this. All right, it has an important message from me. This is in this email that I'm sending you that has given you the first day handout and the assignment list. There's going to be a Brian Sorial portfolio movie and a Brian Sorial introduction movie, because I think it's important that you actually know what are my philosophies, what my thoughts are, and so on. Okay, so course materials, obviously you have to have a licensed complete version of Adobe Illustrator. It says so right there, which is in the Creative Cloud. And there is the student pricing link here again. I suggest that you have at least 2, do you see that? 2 external hard drives so that you can back up everything should your computer quit. And here's a little piece of advice that I never trust computers, okay? Even though we use Macs for the most part, or PCs, if you have to, and I didn't say that, I'm not biased towards Mac, but let's just leave it at that. Always back up your material every single day or every single week. Okay, so let's get down to the business of this. It shows you that there are handouts, not many. There are mostly YouTube videos that you're going to follow, and you will get totally used to it. The neat part about a video, and just listen to this, is you can play it over and over again. And should you have a question and you get lost, all you got to do is rewind. And you can see it and see it and see it as many times as you want. And then I'll get into how you, as the semester rolls, I'll get into how you, if you're having a problem with a file, you just email it to me, using this email right here. So you can actually go on and use this email that it describes right here and email me your AI file, AI for Adobe Illustrator, and you can send it to me right through Canvas, and I'll do a movie to fix whatever issue or question you're having, and I'll send it right back to you via the same email in Canvas. Not the regular email, which is my sorialb@macomb.edu. It's the Canvas email. So I'll show you where that is in a few minutes. So let's go down to where all of this stuff gets passed and right into the assignments. So these assignments, the guide 1 all the way to guide 10, how many points they are, what is their percent of total, what is their percent of total, and the mid-semester survey, the end semester survey, and the tool palette quiz, everything's here to see how your point total is. Now, here's my grading scale, okay? And I've given you a weekly assignment. So, week 1, week 2, week 3 is going to correspond really to the modules that are in Canvas. So, I'll show you the module number 1 has all of these elements in it. Okay, and you can keep up to date and when things are due. In other words, at the end of week 2, do you see this? At the end of week 2, it wants you to turn in both Guide 2 files. They're due Sunday, and I'll talk to you about deadlines because I'm not as focused on deadline. I'm focused on skill and learning. That's what I'm focused about. Not on projects, on skill and learning. And we'll get into that. I'll get into that a lot. But anyway, this is not what that's about. So both assignments are technically due Sunday of the end of the second week. That corresponds, exactly to this because I had it right here. So at the end of week 2, let me zoom in. At the end of week 2, you are right here, both due at the end of week 2. See? Then both due at the end of week 3 are the music icons. So let's go there. So at week 3, you can see watch all 3 music icon movies. Do not do an assignment. I'm asking you. I'm not begging you. I'm not ordering you. I'm asking you. Please have patience. Please don't just want to get the project done. Obviously, I know that's the ultimate goal. But please, I'm interested in skill. And if you watch my Brian Storial portfolio movie and the introduction movie, you'll know what I hold dear and near and what our industry partners hold dear and near. It's skill. And you'll be building portfolio content. But let's get on with it. So week 4 is the vintage logo. Week 5 is week 5 is still the vintage logo. Week 6 is Zentangle. At the end of week 7, you turn in Zentangle. That corresponds exactly to this. Okay, and over here you can see when the weeks are. Okay, I think I've made my point there. Now, let me see if I've missed anything. So let me back out of this. I even put an extra credit for those of you who really want to do the neon clock. It's not required. NO, not required. All right, and I'm going to give you 100 points for it. And should you fall short of other assignments, that will help, of course. All right. And here at the end are, again, all the week dates. Okay, so review that. And if you have any questions, email me. So let's get into that right now. Let me just minimize this. So here is my online portal. So this is what Canvas looks like when you actually go onto my homepage. But how do you get there? So here is where all the elements are for Canvas. And I want to get you to this point, okay? So I'm going to go in through Safari, and I'm not going to put in my password and everything, but I'm going to click Macomb. So on Monday morning, which is when the class opens, you're going to find my Macomb, right? Okay. So when you go onto your Macomb, you're going to put in your user ID and your normal password, and you're going to click Sign In, right? Okay. When you sign in, this is what you're going to get right here. You're going to come into this dashboard. So this is what you get. Now I have a lot of classes here. You might not have any. Hopefully, you have at least the 1200 class. So if you click courses right here, see this? Here's your course. Now, yours should be in this list. If it is not, if you don't have it here yet, simply go down to the bottom of this page. I can't make it any bigger, but you see that number that I'm highlighting way down there? That's the same number that is right here. So if I go back to my opening page and I go to right here, there is that same number. So if you don't have your MACA 1200 class available for you, let me put this on my other screen, then definitely call that number and they will get you online. So now, how do you get into it? Well, I can either click it. It's right here. It says MACA 1200 V1601. That's one way to get into your class. Another way is to go to your courses and to click it like that. Now, when you're in your class like this, there's your syllabus. You probably don't need it now because you already have it. Right here is your syllabus. And here is your syllabus movie. So the first thing's the syllabus, and the second thing is this movie that you're watching right now, and if you want to watch it again. Okay? Some of the things here need to be updated, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm only human. If I've not got everything perfect, like all of the dates and all of the assignment due dates in, just let me know and I'll make changes, okay? But I'm pretty sure that if I go to all of the assignments, here's all your assignments, these are the quizzes right here, and this is where your guides start right here, okay? So the one thing that you really need to know when you first go on, and once you're into the class right here, once you've gone to the dashboard, I'll do it one more time, and once you've gone into your class right here, just click modules. That's it. That's really all the place you have to be is modules. See it right over here? Click it. This is a general course information opening module. It just has all of the stuff that I want you to kind of look over and experiment on. Here's the assignment list, which you already have. Here's the introduction movie, which you've already seen. Okay? Here's an opening announcement. So in this opening announcement, again, it just goes over the weeks. It goes over the stuff that I want you to have access to for the dates of the semester, and I just welcome everybody. But again, all you really need to do is click modules. Now, I'm going to go in. I can't make this bigger, so please don't be upset with that. But there's some of the modules, the first modules, actually have a movie. Now, I'm going to tell you right now that this movie was done for the fall semester, but I'm going to keep it because it's fine. Just ignore the dates. Here, I'll show you. So when I click that and it goes into this movie link right here.
Hi, Illustrator students.
Hi, Illustrator students. So let me stop this and make this bigger, and let's go into where I want to show you an issue, if I can find it quickly. Okay, see here? See how these dates are the fall dates? Don't worry about it. Yours are actually here. So, I'm sorry. Yours are actually, I'm going to freeze my machine. Whoops, I have to actually hit the escape button. Okay, now I can bring this over. So yours are actually here. So this is the same thing, but your dates are somewhere. Oh, right there. Duh. So right there. So there's your dates starting in 1/6 all the way to May 3rd. Okay, just I don't want you to panic that when you see this in the movie, you're going to go, well, he's got the wrong movie. He's got the wrong dates. No, I don't care. These are the fall dates. But the entire gist of this, let me move it forward. The entire gist of this is exactly what I want you to know. And it describes the tool palette test. It describes everything that I want you to do for the tool palette test. And yes, I updated everything to Illustrator 2020. So you're going to get a blank sheet for your tool palette test, and you're also going to get, if I can click right to it, you're also going to get a sheet that has all of the tools on it. Let me see if I can get there. No, I'll get there now. I'll just do it a different way. Anyways, that is, let me go back to the module. Okay, in week 1 module, that's the thing that leads you off. Now, the very thing that I want you to look for in week 1 is please respond to the welcome message. It only takes you a second to say hello. That's all I want. Here is the practice study sheet. So for the 2020 version of Illustrator, go inside here, and here's the practice sheet. Okay, practice with it. Now, try to memorize them. Now let me go backwards, and then go into the blank practice sheet and see how well you do. You know why I have these in here? It's not to make your mind blow up. You know why our industry partners are so happy to hire Macomb students by the gallons? It's because they know their stuff. They know quick keys. And quick keys are the key, get it, to industry. I didn't mean to make a pun there. But that is so important. So that's why I have you do a tool palette test. Could you cheat while you're taking the test? While you're taking the test, you could actually, this isn't what yours is going to look like, but it's kind of what yours is going to look like. I'm going to hit preview. So in preview, you're going to see there's your test. Okay? So you're going to choose the keyboard shortcut for the direct selection tool. You're going to choose the keyboard shortcut for the lasso tool. So all I got to do is click these. Could you have the sheet to your left or to your right and cheat? Of course you could. Would that do you any good? The answer is no. I want you to really try. Okay? Try to memorize them. I don't know what I was going to say there. I'm going to tell you, it's not just based on honor. That's not it. I want you to get a great job. I want you to keep that great job. And in doing so, I want you to really know your stuff. And I will work with you all semester long and even after this to really pursue and push your Photoshop and your Illustrator skills. I really will. I'm great in both programs. And I've worked hard to get that way. So, down in week 1 are the asset files. Every single module, this is a big module for week 1. Every single module has mostly an asset file. You click it, and then you click this right here, and it downloads to your screen, and then you go by the movies. Okay, so you then watch the movies. In this one, I have 7 movies. They're very short movies. But don't hurry it to get the assignment done. If you're not happy with one of the shapes that you do or you make for this pen and path thing here, well, just delete it and start over. Please. I want you to be good at Illustrator eventually. That's our goal. That's industry's goal. Now, week 2 has a Dropbox, and that's usually the very top item. Week 3 is for the music icons. Notice the very top item is an assignment Dropbox. Now, when I click that, you're going to, where I have published or unpublished, you're going to have the word, I believe, submit. So it's going to say file upload, and you then submit it to me. So I get it in my grade book, okay? And I will have, I don't want to click the grade book because all your names are in there, but if I click grades, you're going to see everything is in the grade book, okay? So that's week 2, that's week 3, week 4 and 5. See how I bundled them together? The logo assignment Dropbox with the movies and then a read me first file. So there's always a read me first movie or a read me first file. So in the music icons, there is your read me first. Click on them. It will help, not just with my opening movies, but this will help. It shows you how to begin, how to set up your grid, and then what freedom you can have doing the other music icons. In the vintage logo, in the read me first one, here's what that looks like. So in the vintage logo, it really shows you and kind of gets you going, but you can't just do the assignment based on this PDF. No way. You have to watch my movies, so please get used to doing that, please. And try not to just watch them on your phone, please. Okay, that's so small. All right, week 6 and 7 is the assignment Zentangle Dropbox. That's where you submit the file. Where do you get your stuff from it? Well, this one actually doesn't have, there's a example patterns. You just start with a letter and you start with my first movie. So there is a logo zip. There is a Zentangle zip or a music icon zip. I'm sorry. There is not a asset for zip for the Zentangle. Okay, for the character assignment, there is one. Okay, so in a read me first for the character assignment, I show you how I started with a sketch. I can't make this any bigger at the moment. I could go get the file, but you can download it. Okay, you start with a sketch and you turn it into a vector illustration. And this is one that a student did on the bottom. So when you're in there, experiment, look, discover, and if you have any question at any time, and I'll answer your question most likely within the same afternoon or the next day. I constantly am checking all the time. So that's how to get into Canvas, and that's how to make all of this work. Okay, and then I am going to click for a second the grades, and then I'll move this whole thing over so we don't see the names. But you can see here how I have everything in order from the welcome message to the ending semester. It's not, I might have to change a couple of the items where they are, but I'm not really interested in where they are. But here's Guide 2, Guide 3, Guide 4, Guide 5, Guide 6, Guide 7. Okay, so we just have to make sure, let me click this back. We just have to make sure, we being you, that you try to stay on schedule. And if you ever have any questions, do you guys see over here on this side, way over here, when you're in Canvas, there's an inbox. Just click the inbox on the left. If you want to send me an email, you click this icon right there. You choose your course. Yours would be this one right there, 1200. You click the to button right over here. You click teachers, and then you click me. And then you type in whatever issue you're having. So you just put in question on Guide 2. And then, I can't believe I didn't capitalize that. I'm terrible. Anyway, I'm going to cancel this anyway. You can then type your question and upload, see this paperclip? Upload your AI file. Tell me what you're having a problem with. I will take your file. I will show you how to fix it. And I'll put a movie right back in the email for you so that can get you right back on. Yes, a personalized movie just for you. So that's how you actually get and navigate and message me back and forth. Okay? I don't know anything else that I really wanted to say other than I think you need to hear this. I'm looking at all the assignment dates. I think I got them good. A little while ago, I told you that I think as I do this, I want to go into the modules. Just give me a second here. And I want to click this example right here, MACA student examples. And I want to just kind of go through this, and I can just download this if I so choose, because it's a very big, it's a 19 megabyte PDF file. And maybe I should just download it. But anyway, go through these, okay? But you can see here, as I'm clicking, I want to say things. And yes, these are all Adobe Illustrator files, every single one of them, okay? All right. The students that created these sometimes missed assignments. The students that created these sometimes had 1 or 2 jobs a semester and they needed extra time. I have no problem with you sending me an email saying, Brian, can I have a little bit more time on this? I'll say, of course. Just communicate with me. So please, don't make me send you an email saying, hey, how come you haven't contacted me in 2 weeks or 3 weeks? Okay? So please, definitely contact me. If you need more time on an assignment or you're not happy with the assignment, do it again. It's not a grade for an assignment. Please get out of that mentality. It is to build your portfolio so you can wow them in an interview and you can start your career on whatever it is, whether you're a designer or an animator or a photographer or a combination of both, whether you're into UX, UI design, whatever it is, I want you to have fun. I want you to so enjoy what you do and to know Illustrator. I want you to know Illustrator so well. Look at this. This person went into medical illustration. Yeah, that's an Adobe Illustrator vector illustration. It's not Photoshop. These are some of the neon clocks that were done in class. And I should be bringing up the larger portion. Download this to your screen and you'll have a great time. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it kind of answered your question as to how to get into Canvas. I hope that you have no issues. But if you have any questions, again, your job is to click the inbox and send me a file. And please submit. Let me go to here. I'm sorry. Please, I'm going to the right place. Okay, just a minute. Please send me your welcome. Where do I have it here? Click opening announcement to begin your journey in the class. So let's go to the opening announcement if this was it. And then I want you to go to my welcome message. So please reply to the welcome message. You can get it from here, or again, you go to your module and you get it from week 1 and there's the welcome message. So just say, hi Brian, I'm here. I'm looking forward to it. Or Brian, I wish I was in Albuquerque. So I don't know. So I am always available for you. I look forward to working with all of you and talk to you soon. Thank you.